Yes, students, good morning. Now, in continuation with the video lectures on system of particles and rotational motion for class 11th physics, we are continuing with the part 8 of the video lecture, and in the today's video we are going to discuss about center of gravity and certain numericals which are based on center of mass and center of gravity. So let us start today video lecture. So dear students, this is center of gravity, and while discussing with the center of gravity, I want to say that suppose there is a rigid body. Suppose there is a rigid body and it has mass, suppose m1, m2, m3, mn. Okay, students. Now let us suppose this is the point about which the gravitational torque is equal to 0. Means center of gravity, it is the point on the rigid body about which the gravitational torque is equal to 0. The gravitational torque equal to 0. And what is the meaning of gravitational torque equal to 0? The gravitational torque equal to 0 means to say that summation mi ri I is equal to 1 to n into g, that is equal to 0. Means what? Means to this say that summation I is equal to 1 to n mi ri equal to 0, and it means to say that if g is equal to constant, then center of mass of the body coincides with center of gravity. Means center of mass of the body coincides with the center of gravity if g is equal to constant, and g is constant for smaller bodies. If the body is small, then you can say that the center of gravity is coinciding with the center of mass. But for a bigger body where the g is varying in each and every part of the body, in that case the center of mass does not coincide with the center of gravity. Or you can say that the center of gravity, suppose I want to say about this center of gravity, means the gravitational torque acting at this point, suppose it is the combination of various masses, So whatever the torque, gravitational torque m1g into r1, if about that point m1 into r1 is equal to 0, then that point can be considered as the center of gravity for the rigid body. So this is about the center of gravity. Now we are going to discuss about certain numericals based on the center of mass and center of gravity. Yes students, look at here, there is a question. A non-uniform bar of weight W, a non-uniform bar of weight W is suspended at rest by two strings. There are two strings, and with these two strings a non-uniform weight is suspended to a bar which is of 2 meter length, and these are the two rigid supports. These are the two rigid supports with which this bar of 2 meter is suspended by making an angle of 30 degree and 60 degree. Calculate the distance x. You have to find the distance x of the center of gravity. This is the center of gravity. For center of gravity, the condition should be equilibrium, as we had studied. Center of gravity of the bar from its left hand. Center of gravity of the bar from its left hand you have to calculate. So we are going to solve this question. Look at here in this figure. This is at a distance x, and this is 2 meter long. So this distance must be 2 minus x. This distance must be 2 minus x. Now look at here. Suppose this one is tension T1 and this one is tension T2. Clear students? So if it is tension T1, draw a parallel line. Draw a parallel line along this. Since it is 30 degree, so by alternate interior angles, this angle is also equal to 30 degree, and this is 60 degree, then this angle is also equal to 60 degree. So one component along this direction, that is T1 cos 30 degree, and this is T1 sin 30 degree. Again here T2 cos 60 degree, and here T2 sin 60 degree. T2 sin 60 degree. Now we have to calculate the torques. So T1 cos 30 degree into x, that is the force into perpendicular distance, and T2 cos 60 degree into 2 minus x. T2 cos 60 degree into 2 minus x. So tau x is equal to 0. Since the rod is in rotational equilibrium, since the rod is in rotational equilibrium, so T1 cos 30 degree into x minus, because the effect of this torque is along this direction and the effect of this torque is along this direction, so minus T1 cos 30 degree plus T2 cos 60 degree into 2 minus x, that is equal to 0, because the system is in rotational equilibrium and we are talking about the rotational equilibrium. So we can write it as T1 cos 30 degree into x is equal to T2 cos 60 degree into 2 minus x, and from here we can write it as T1 cos 30 degree upon T2 cos 60 degree, and it is equal to 2 minus x upon x. 2 minus x upon x. Now look at here. T1 upon T2. T1 upon T2 into cos 30 degree 1 by 2 upon root 3 by 2 root 3 by 2 upon half. Okay students, cos 60 degree is equal to cos 30 degree is equal to root 3 by 2 and cos 60 degree is equal to 1 by 2. 2 cancel out and it will become what? Root 3 T1 divided by T2 is equal to 2 minus x upon x. Now look at here. Now we will find for, we had calculated this expression for what? We had calculated this expression for rotational equilibrium. Now for translational equilibrium, for translational equilibrium, for translational equilibrium we have to give T1 sin 30 degree is equal to, we can say that minus T2 sin 60 degree, and it is equal to 0. So we can write here as T1 upon T2, T1 upon T2 is equal to sin 60 degree upon sin 30 degree, and it will become what? Look at here, it will sin 60 degree is equal to what? Root 3 by 2 1 by 2, and it is equal to 2 to 2 cancel out and it becomes under root 3. So T1 upon T2 we had get the value T1 upon T2 is equal to I am rubbing it down, T1 upon T2, here we had get the ratio of T1 upon T2 is equal to 3. So it becomes under root 3 into under root 3 is equal to 2 minus x upon x, and it is equal to 3 2 minus x upon x, and it is equal to 3x equal to 2 minus x, or you can say that 3x plus x is equal to 2, or you can say that 4x is equal to 2, or you can say that x is equal to 2 upon 4 1 upon 2, that is x is equal to 1 upon 2 meter. Means the position of the bar which is suspended is at a distance of 1 upon 2 meter. Yes, students, look at the question here. Here the another question, a disk of radius capital R. A disk of radius capital R removed from a disk of radius R. This is the disk of radius 2R, the whole disk of radius 2R, and from this whole disk of radius 2R, a disk of radius R is removed. A disk of radius R is removed. Find the center of mass of above disk with hole. We have to find the center of mass of the disk, center of mass of the disk with hole. So for the solution of this, we have to consider what we have to consider. We have to consider the whole composite disk with this disk also. First of all, we consider the whole disk. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, and we have to consider the whole disk. We have to consider the whole disk along with the removed disk also. Along with the removed disk, this is the disk with radius 2R, then this is the disk, removed disk of radius R. And as you know that the whole figure is symmetrical about x-axis and y-axis, and as the whole disk is symmetrical about x-axis and y-axis, so its center of mass lies at the, if it is the composite disk, then its center of mass lies at the origin. So first of all, we will calculate the center of mass of this disk, composite disk, center of mass of this composite disk, the x coordinate of the center of mass. We have to find the x coordinate of the center of mass. So x coordinate of the center of mass, and we have to find out the x coordinate of the center of mass. So we will do xcm, and this xcm is equal to what? This xcm is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 upon capital M, that is the sum of all the whole mass of the disk, that is capital M. And as you know that the center of mass of the disk lies at the origin, so xcm is equal to 0. So m1 x1 plus m2 x2, that is equal upon M, and it is equal to, look at here, it is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2, and it is equal to 0. And from here we can find the value of x1. The value of x1 is equal to minus of m2 upon m1 into x2. We had calculated the value of x1, that is x1 is equal to the position, the x1 is what? x1 is the position of this removed disk. x1 is the position of the removed disk, and m1 is the mass of the removed disk, and m2 is the mass of this disk, remaining part of the disk, and x2 is the position of the m2 from its center of mass. So we have to calculate the value of x1. We have to calculate the value of x1. So look at here. Dear students, here we can say that m1 is equal to mass of the disk with radius 2r, radius 2r, x1 position of center of mass of disk with mass m1, m2, mass of the disk with radius r, and x2 is equal to position of center of mass of disk with mass m2. x2 is the position of the center of mass of disk. x2 is the position of center of mass of disk with mass m2. Now we have to find out the value of m1 and m2. We have to find out the value of m2 upon m1. Now look at here. Now look at here. m2 upon m1. m2 upon m1 can be written as density, volume into density, volume into density of volume and to density of remaining disk, called it removed disk, removed disk, and volume into density of remaining disk, and you can write it as you know that the density of the body, because both the discs are made up of same material, so density will be cancelled out, and you can calculate it as area into thickness, volume can be written as area into thickness of removed disk upon area into thickness of remaining disk, area into thickness of remaining disk. Now the thickness of both the disc will be same, so thickness will be cancelled out, and now we can write it as area. This is the remaining disk, so we can calculate it as area pi into 2r का whole square upon pi into 2r का whole square minus r का whole square. Okay, so it will be cancelled out, and it will become 4r square upon 4r square minus r square, and it will become what? m2 upon m1. Look at here, m2 upon m1, it is equal to 4r square upon 3r square, r square, so r square cancel out, and it will become m2 upon m1 is equal to 4 upon 3. m2 upon m1 is equal to 4 upon 3. Sorry students, here removed disk, so removed disk has area only r, so it is r square, it is r square, it is r square. So 4r, and it will be equal to what? It will be equal to 1 upon 3. So m2 upon m1, the value of m2 upon m1 is equal to 1 upon 3. So x1 is equal to minus 1 upon 3 into x2. x1 is equal to minus 1 upon 3 into x2, and it is asked in the question that you have to find the center of mass. So as you know that x2 is equal to what? x2 is equal to minus of r. x2 is equal to minus of r, and negative sign shows about removed part. Negative sign shows about the removed part, and x2 is equal to minus r. So the center of mass x1 is equal to minus 1 by 3 into minus r, that is equal to r by 3. So the center of mass of the removed part will be center of mass of removed part, and it is equal to xcm comma ycm, and it is equal to r by 3, and ycm is equal to 0. This is the center of mass of the removed part. Okay students, now we will discuss about the next question. Yes dear students, look at the question. From a uniform disk of radius r, there is a uniform disk, this is the disk of radius O2, this is the radius r. A circular section of r by 2, there is a circular section of r by 2 is cut out from this disk of radius r. The center of the hole is at r by 2. The center of the hole is at a distance r by 2 from the center of the original disk. This distance is also r by 2. Locate the center of gravity of the resulting flat body. We have to locate the center of gravity of the resulting flat body. We have to, if this r by 2 is removed, then we have to locate the center of gravity. Since the body is symmetrical, and if we take the composite disk, then its center of mass will lie at point O. But due to the removal of this disk of radius r by 2, the center of gravity shifted at a position O by 2, and we have to calculate the value of x. How much shifting takes place, that thing we have to calculate. So look at the solution. Let m is the mass per unit area of the, small is the mass per unit area of the disk. So if m is the mass of whole disk, if m is the mass of whole disk, then capital M, the mass of whole disk, is equal to mass per unit area into pi r square, because r is the radius of the composite disk. So m is equal to m into pi r square. Now if m dash is the mass of the removed disk, removed, if m dash is the mass of the removed disk, so m dash can be given as m pi r by 2 whole square, and it can be given as m pi r square upon 4, and m into pi r square upon 4. So m into pi r square can be given as capital M, so m dash is equal to m upon 4. M into, from equation 1, look at here, capital M is equal to m into pi r square, so it will be equal to m upon 4. Now students, look at here. Now we have to calculate the center of mass, that is equal to xcm. So xcm, if it is supposed that the system or composite system of two masses, then m into its center of mass, when it is the composite disk, its center mass of mass is at the origin, so m into 0 minus m upon 4 minus m upon 4 and r by 2 upon m minus m upon 4, m minus m upon 4. So look at here, it will be minus m upon 4 into r by 2 upon 4 m minus m upon 4, and 4 to 4 cancel out, and it is minus m r upon 2 upon 4, that is equal to 3m, that is equal to 4 minus m, that is equal to 3m, and 4 to 4 cancel out. Now m to m cancel out, and it will come minus r upon 6. So due to the removal of a disk, of radius r by 2, the center of mass will be shifted at a position minus r by 6. So on the removal of the disk, the center of mass will be given as, on the removal of the disk, the center of mass will be given as, on removal of disk of radius r by 2, xcm, ycm, it is given as r by 6 and 0. Negative sign indicates that center of mass is shifted towards left of the origin. Center of mass is shifted towards left side of the origin, so there is the negative sign, and on removal of the disk, the new center of mass will be like this. Okay students, so this is all about today. Now in the next video we will discuss about the two numericals based on the center of mass of a disk, composite disk or uniform disk, and the center of mass of the ring we will calculate, and after that we will go to our next topic of discussion, that is parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. Thank you students, have a nice day, take care.